Was scrolling through the streets of Instagram when I came across this interesting recipe well known by the Easterners. It's called the yam and the uba sauce. For those of us that are Igbos, you'll be able to relate very well. So going through the comment section, I actually found that it's an interesting meal and decided to try it out on my own. Hi besties, it's another beautiful day. Hope you all are doing great. As for me, I'm doing very fine. So guys, today on this beautiful day, I decided to try out this recipe. I actually went to the market and then I got all the necessary ingredients. Like I said, I know about this meal, but it's something I haven't thought of trying on my own. But going through this comment section, a lot of persons commented how interesting this meal was or this meal is, and then I decided to give it a try. So at this point, after washing my yam, I added it to the pot and added sugar to it. Yes, I actually love using sugar to boil my yam, not salt. Most people use sugar to also boil their yam, so that is how I love mine. You can as well use salt if you don't like using sugar. So I prepared them. I washed my pepper, I washed my onion, and then I had to blend it. Yes, after blending it, I checked for my yam, and guys, guess what? The yam was already done. I've already started all these procedures before this time. So here I got this uba. I don't know, guys, most of you will know this uba. You don't have to. If you want to get this uba, the one you would use is not the fresh one, at least the one that have stayed a day extra. Yes, the one that is a bit soft, that is exactly what you use. That's the one you use. So if you want to buy this stuff, you ask them to give you the one that has fermented a little bit. So I tested it to be sure the taste was still very okay, and then I had to put it in the pot and then place it on the fire for it to steam. Of course it has to be hot. Then I went on to prepare my, what's this called? This is called potash account. Yes, after melting it, I added water to it and then poured it into my boil. Then I added my red oil. That's potash, or that account helps the oil to thicken. You can see it here. While stirring it, you can see the consistency. You can see how the oil is already. So after stirring for a while, you can see the color to show that it has actually mixed very, very well. Then I went on to add my fresh pepper. I stirred. I actually love my food being spicy, guys. I don't know about you, but I love my food being pepperish. That is how I like it. So I went on to cut my onion. These procedures, I didn't even prepare anything ahead of time. I was just doing everything there and then, because I was kind of being in a hurry because I was already hungry, guys. So this is me. I quickly cut my onion into the boil after mixing my oil with my pepper, added a pinch of salt. Then I cut my onion inside. After cutting it, I still have to stir it. Yes, then I added my Maggi. Guys, for this procedure, you would also be needing this thing they call ehuru. I don't know if you guys know it all. Most of you that are used to doing all this kind of stuff like nkwobi, abacha, you use that ehuru. It is very, very necessary. So I added my ehuru to it and then tested for salt and added another salt, a little pinch of salt and maggi. You have to add these things little by little so it doesn't become so salty. So while I was actually trying to taste it. At this point, my stuff was already hot. Like, it was really hot here. I was just trying my best to open it. So I added all of this. I added my uma. You can see it's still very fresh, guys. You can see how hot it is. I had to add them one after the other. So after adding this whole lot, I had to start stirring it. Guys, while stirring this, you can taste for your salt. I also added a little crayfish to it. Yes, you can taste for your salt to be sure that you have enough salt, like to be sure it's tasty to your own satisfaction, right? So I tested for salt, added a little crayfish to it, guys, and it was turning out very nice, very, very tasty, guys. Very, very tasty. I'm not actually a fan of yam that much, and then whenever I want to eat my yam, I prefer using red oil. But guys, trying this recipe out really gave me a second thought. I think from now on, whenever I want to eat my white yam, I'll be going with these procedures, like with this recipe. So at this point, I was already done preparing the whole stuff, and then I transferred it into my plate. I actually had one of my friends around, so she was like, ah, Nosby, what are you even preparing? I was like, don't worry, you're going to taste it, and trust me, guy, you're going to like it. So at this point, this is where we're actually trying to devour this. Guys, this thing was very, 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 very tasty, guys. Thank you all for watching. See you in my next vlog. Bye.